3 a.m. Los Angeles. 1,300 federal agents are about to hit the streets. This is the moment the Rancho San Pedro gang's empire came crashing down. 80 arrests, 230 charged. 3 years of investigation and the largest gang takedown in LA history. This is how they did it.
San Pedro, California, the gateway to the port of Los Angeles, one of the busiest shipping hubs in the world. Cargo ships, container yards, and for decades, something else. The Rancho San Pedro Gang, RSP, a street gang that evolved into something far more dangerous than your typical corner crew. This wasn't just about territory disputes or street corners. Federal investigators discovered the RSP gang was running a sophisticated criminal enterprise. Firearms trafficking, drug distribution, connections to Mexican cartels, and a level of violence that terrorized an entire community. But the gang made one critical mistake. They attracted the attention of the federal government.
It starts with a tip. A confidential informant tells ICE, Homeland Security Investigations, about weapons moving through the harbor. Not just handguns, high-powered rifles, the kind that end up in cartel hands across the border. Special Agent Maria Santos, ICE, Homeland Security Investigations, Los Angeles Field Office. She's been tracking gang activity in the harbor area for years. But this case is different. The firearms aren't just being sold locally. They're being smuggled south into Mexico. And the money coming back? That's cartel cash. The Rancho San Pedro gang isn't just a local problem anymore. They're part of an international smuggling network. Agent Santos makes a call. This is now a multi-agency investigation. The FBI's Violent Gang Task Force joins in. Then the ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, brings their weapons trafficking expertise. Local LAPD gang units provide street-level intelligence. For the next 3 years, these agencies will work together on one mission: build federal cases strong enough to take down the entire Rancho San Pedro organization. Not just arrest street soldiers, dismantle the whole network. The investigation unfolds slowly. Surveillance teams track gang members. Undercover officers infiltrate the organization. Wiretaps capture conversations about drug deals, weapon sales, and planned violence. Every phone call, every meeting, every transaction. It's all being documented. Federal prosecutors are building RICO cases, racketeer influence and corrupt organizations charges, the same laws used to take down the mafia. But as the investigation deepens, agents discover something worse. The gang isn't just trafficking firearms. They're distributing narcotics throughout Southern California. Methamphetamine, heroin, fentanyl, the poison killing thousands of Americans every year.
Federal prosecutors in the Central District of California begin drafting indictments. But these aren't simple drug possession charges. They're going after the entire organization under federal conspiracy laws. Conspiracy to distribute controlled substances, conspiracy to traffic firearms, violent crimes in aid of racketeering. Some gang members are facing life in federal prison. ATF special agents trace firearms seized in Mexico back to purchasers in California. The paper trail leads directly to Rancho San Pedro gang members. They're using straw buyers, people with clean records who legally purchase guns, then illegally transfer them to gang members. Over the course of the investigation, agents link the gang to dozens of firearms recovered at crime scenes. Murders, cartel shootouts, border incidents. Every weapon tells a story. On the narcotics side, DEA chemists analyze seized drugs. The methamphetamine is high-purity cartel product. The heroin is laced with fentanyl. This isn't street corner dealing, this is wholesale distribution. Former gang members turned informants provide crucial testimony. They describe the gang's hierarchy, who gives the orders, how drugs are moved, where weapons are stored. Every detail brings prosecutors closer to their goal, a massive federal takedown. By late 2019, federal prosecutors have enough. Grand juries issue sealed indictments for 230 gang members and associates. Some are charged in federal court, others in state court, but all of them are about to have a very bad day. Now comes the hard part, arresting them all at once.
3 a.m., Operation Day. In a secure command center, law enforcement leaders from multiple agencies finalized the plan. This is Operation Harbor Storm. They've identified 80 high-value targets for immediate arrest: gang leaders, weapon suppliers, drug distributors. All of them are waking up in a few hours to federal agents at their doors. 1,300 officers, think about that number. Federal agents from ICE, FBI, and ATF, LAPD gang units, LA Harbor Police, California Highway Patrol, U.S. Marshals, all converging on San Pedro. SWAT teams in armored vehicles, tactical units with battering rams, K-9 units, helicopter support. This is the largest gang enforcement operation in Los Angeles history. 5 a.m., first light, teams are in position. 80 addresses, 80 arrest warrants, all executed simultaneously. Doors come crashing down across the Harbor District. Suspects are caught in their homes. Some try to run, others surrender immediately. It's organized chaos on a massive scale. One by one, gang members are taken into custody, faces down on the ground, hands zip-tied behind their backs. Miranda rights read. While arrests are happening, evidence teams search properties. They're looking for firearms, drugs, gang documents, financial records, anything that supports the federal charges. They find an arsenal: handguns, assault rifles, shotguns, high-capacity magazines, suppressors. Some of these weapons are linked to homicides, others were destined for cartels. Narcotics are everywhere: kilos of methamphetamine packaged for distribution, heroin, cocaine, prescription pills, street value in the millions. Gang graffiti books document the organization's structure. Cell phones contain text messages about drug deals. Financial records show money laundering operations.
Later that day, federal officials hold a press conference. The message is clear. This is what happens when federal agencies coordinate to take down criminal organizations. Today's operation represents 3 years of dedicated investigative work by multiple law enforcement agencies. The numbers tell the story: 80 arrested in a single day, 230 charged in total, the largest gang takedown in LA history. Among those arrested, the gang's top leadership, shot callers who ordered violence, suppliers who provided weapons, distributors who pushed drugs into communities. The charges they face are severe. Federal conspiracy charges carry mandatory minimum sentences. Gun trafficking violations add years. Violent crimes in aid of racketeering, that's life in federal prison. Over the following weeks, gang members are arraigned in federal court. Some plead guilty immediately, hoping for reduced sentences. Others maintain innocence. But federal prosecutors have 3 years of evidence: wiretaps, surveillance video, informant testimony, financial records, ballistics evidence linking firearms to crimes. The cases are airtight. In San Pedro, residents react with cautious optimism. For years, they've lived under the shadow of gang violence: drive-by shootings, intimidation, fear. Local leaders hope this enforcement action brings lasting change, but they know the work isn't over. Removing gang members creates a power vacuum. Other gangs might try to move in. That's why federal and local agencies maintain a strong presence in the harbor area after the raids. This isn't just about arrests, it's about sustained pressure, community policing, making sure the gang can't rebuild.
Operation Harbor Storm is about more than one street gang. It's part of a larger strategy to combat transnational criminal organizations. Street gangs like Rancho San Pedro serve as distribution networks for Mexican drug cartels. They move narcotics from the border into American cities. They provide firearms that cartels use for violence south of the border.
The Port of Los Angeles is a strategic asset. Billions of dollars in legitimate trade flow through here every day. But criminal organizations try to exploit the same infrastructure for smuggling. That's why ICE Homeland Security Investigations focuses on port security. They're not just immigration enforcement. HSI agents investigate transnational crime, human trafficking, drug smuggling, weapons proliferation, money laundering. Operations like Harbor Storm demonstrate the power of multi-agency coordination. ICE brings investigative resources and federal authority. FBI provides violent gang expertise. ATF handles firearms trafficking. Local police provide street-level intelligence. When these agencies work together, they can build cases that state prosecutors can't. Federal courts have tougher sentences. Federal prisons are harder time. Federal charges mean gang members can just return to their neighborhoods after a few years. Today, San Pedro is healing. Gang-related violence is down. Residents feel safer, but the work continues. Of the 230 individuals charged, many have already been convicted. Sentences range from 5 years to life in federal prison. Gang leaders are gone. The organization's power structure is shattered. Law enforcement is only part of the solution. Community organizations work to provide alternatives to gang life, youth programs, job training, education, giving young people options. Federal agents continue monitoring the harbor area. They know that dismantling one gang doesn't end the problem. Criminal organizations adapt. New threats emerge. But Operation Harbor Storm proved something important. When law enforcement agencies unite with a common purpose, they can achieve extraordinary results. 1,300 officers, 80 arrests in one day, 230 charged, and an entire community given a chance to reclaim their streets. If you found this operation as fascinating as I did, subscribe to this channel right now. I cover real federal law enforcement operations, ICE raids, FBI investigations, DEA busts, ATF operations, the stories that don't get mainstream attention. Drop a comment. Do you think federal agencies should be more involved in gang enforcement, or should it stay with local police? Let's discuss. And if you want to see what happened when ICE raided a human trafficking ring in Texas, that video is right here. Thanks for watching.